So I think any conversation around the 5 core values of Verge Pipe Media needs to at least acknowledge why we have core values, and that goes back to the culture. And the culture is the shared set of values and attitudes and beliefs that any organization develops, whether they know it or not, that the team subscribes to. For us, it was a very conscious effort to create a company and an agency that we didn't always know what we were going to do, because let's face it, in the world of inbound and digital and social, things change so rapidly, it would be impossible to kind of stay on top of all of that all the time and stick to kind of one prescribed way of doing business. But so instead, I developed the core values for Verge Pipe Media out of the belief that our culture here should be one that every employee embraces, and one that I model every day. The 5 core values, we have to start with the first, which is integrity. And so the easy answer for me with integrity is just to tell people that's who you are in the dark or when no one else is watching. But how do you really break that down for employees who do the kind of work that we do? And so the way that I describe integrity is our clients place a tremendous amount of trust in us to do the work that we need to do to produce remarkable content. And let's face it, there's a lot of incredibly unsexy work that goes on behind the scenes that they don't see, that's off-site, that's away from their office or location, but they have to trust that we are going to do all the research and the homework and the editing that we need to do in order to produce remarkable content for them, and that's where integrity comes to play. We also allow our employees to do things like work from home or have flex schedules, and so there's an incredible amount of trust that we have within each other, and so that's why integrity is our first core value. Second would be imagination, and so kind of stands that most digital agencies or most online shops are going to have imagination woven somewhere into their core values, but for us, imagination is defined as being able to take the very complex and break it down into simple parts that people can understand, and then we can turn around and use that to educate our clients, educate our partners, and even ourselves, new employees that come to the team. Thirdly, I want to talk about doing work that matters. And so this one was something that was super important for me when Verge Pipe Media was being kicked around, because it's important for me to know that everyone who is a part of the Verge Pipe Media team, when they wake up in the morning, they know what success looks like when they come to the office. They know what success looks like at the end of the day when they finish all of their tasks. They know what success looks like when they go and pitch to a client, or whether it's a new client or an existing client. Everyone knows what success looks like. And so doing work that matters means that you know what's expected of you, which is the highest possible standards, and you know how to go about doing that. And so it comes back to leadership for me and making sure that they know that they have me kind of running things behind the scenes, removing obstacles so that they can truly do work that matters. Fourthly, we want to talk about having fun. And that includes having fun for ourselves as well as our clients. Because as I said earlier, there is an incredibly amount of unsexy work that goes on. It can get mundane, having to write headline after headline after headline and use your imagination to come up with a new way to define a complex process. And so we try to do things to have fun around the office, to keep the atmosphere light, whether that means kind of celebrating birthdays or celebrating major milestones by taking the team out to lunch, or even just bringing donuts into the office for day one. Any of those kind of things that we can do to kind of keep the atmosphere light really goes into doing work that matters. Finally, we come down to leadership, and leadership is our 5th core value at Verge Pipe Media. And leadership to me is not just defined in the traditional formal and informal sense. It's really about everyone knowing why they are doing what they're doing, so that if they see someone struggling, they can jump in and help. If they see something needs doing, even if not necessarily in their lane, so to speak, they know that they've got to step up to the challenge and make that happen. And ultimately, leadership comes down to the culture and the environment that I create at Verge Pipe Media for our team to be successful.